All right, guys, Ben Graham again, your local trusted real estate agent here to kind of talk about what is going on in this crazy market. So I made some notes here that I just wanted to convey. There's a lot that has happened in the last couple of years. There's a lot that has happened in the last couple of weeks, couple months, that kind of thing. A lot of changes. We're on a roller coaster. So I'm not sure if we're going up, down, as far as the fun side of it goes, but feels like we're going down, but then the down's the fun part to me. So anyhow, that analogy doesn't always make sense. But that being said, is if you're planning to sell your home in today's market, understand that your home is probably and likely not going to appreciate in the months ahead. It's going to stabilize, normalize, but just not surge like it has. Be grateful for the surge in value over the past several years, but that's coming to an end. Okay. So again, if you think your house has gone down in value, that's not true. It's just the pricing, the extreme high prices have come back to true value. And anyhow, that's if you don't get that, we can talk through it more in depth. So if you've kind of got into the real estate market in the last 10 years, maybe you bought your first home 10 years ago or whatever it may be, like a lot of Gen Xers or millennials that I know especially, you may not realize how cyclical the market actually is. And every time there's a long positive cycle, which we've had for really 10 plus years, it's hard to understand that can change. And especially it's hard even for me, to be honest with you, just how quickly it has changed. That's what I think is catching more people off guard. Is everybody knows adjustments come, but it just was like in the middle of the night. It felt like. So anyhow, yeah, last couple years have been good. People have made a lot of money, paid profits, and rolled them in other stuff, or bought multiple properties, that kind of thing. And but we are very different than it was back in the 2006, 7, 8, especially that crash in '08, where there was just dodgy lending practices and crooked borrowers and just people just doing dumb stuff, to be honest with you, buying 3, 4, 5 houses just to hold them for a couple weeks and then try to sell them, and then taking that equity and buying a Hummer, all right, with spinners, if you remember those, or buying vacation homes, or buying just stuff that was just stuff and just wasn't being wise, or taking out home equity lines of credit, and then that just messing things up, just living above their means. I used to teach Financial Peace University through my church with through Dave Ramsey's program. I used to. I mean, I'd be up for teaching it again if they ask me. So anyhow, but that being said, is be smart, live within your budget. So right now it's a very different market in a lot of ways. A lot of people have made a lot of great equity, paper profits over the last, especially 2 years. And I think what's driving the market the other direction right now is, one, the interest rates, right? People are just not super excited at the current moment to buy or to jump into the market, right? They will eventually, once that starts to normalize and they see that, and that a home is still a good investment. It's a good asset. It's a place to call home. Like that's, they could go into that. But right now, I think people are just a little bit panicking that some of those paper profits might be disappearing, especially if it's a, second, third house, or a rental property, or a, house they bought to turn into an Airbnb, VRBO, that type of thing. So anyhow, there's that. So let's see, what else could I talk about? Yeah, new listings, a lot of new listings come in the market for all those reasons I just mentioned. So supply is going up, demand's going down. That's why we've seen such a polarity in the last couple of months alone. So, just kind of hang tight, buckle in, stay tuned. If you are needing to sell or wanting to sell for whatever reason, let's have a good, long, honest conversation about your goals, your timing, that kind of thing, just so I can help educate you so you're not just reading the news. I want to bring you the data that is what's going on and ultimately set you up for success. Same if you're buying, talk to you why buying is still making sense right now. I mean, I just bought 2 homes a couple months ago. So anyhow, if that's you, I'd love to have that conversation. And let's see, if you have any other questions, please reach out. All right. Again, take care.